So it's really, really lovely to see you both again, and thank you so much for coming in to do this. But talk to me about kind of your engagement first and how you came across Titchwell and what made you pick Titchwell and everything else.
So I proposed to Catherine in Menorca, next to the beach, and that's our favourite place to be, isn't it, by the sea? Yeah. So when we came back from there and we started looking for venues, it was really important that we found somewhere that felt relaxing to us as well. And trying to find somewhere that was coastal was really important. Yeah. Food is something we really enjoy as well. So actually, the reason we found Titchwell was because we were looking for places that you could stay at and also did really good quality food. And then the fact that it was next to the beach as well was quite a lucky coincidence.
Added bonus.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Nice. And with kind of in terms of planning, and you met, obviously, you came in to have a look around and everything else. Was there any kind of particular bits that sold it for you when you first came in and kind of had appointments and things like that?
I think all of it really. I think it was the combined package. I think the gardens being so beautiful. I think we love the round trees outside, and we could just imagine having our ceremony in front of those from the outset.
That's really good.
Seeing the coastal views as well, and then just everything about the hotel was perfect really. I think we were really concerned about having somewhere that everyone could stay.
Because you had sort of guests travelling around as well, didn't you? Not everybody was local.
No, in fact, most of our friends don't live in Norfolk, so we needed somewhere that everyone could stay.
That's good.
And here was just absolutely perfect for it.
And that kind of touches a little bit on, because quite a few stayed for the night before as well, didn't you? And
yes.
You did the pizza collaboration,
which I think
brilliant. Was quite nice.
Yeah.
It's been really, really popular sort of doing that. And as you say, it just means that everyone's here, everyone could enjoy themselves a bit beforehand as well. And it meant that for you two sort of getting ready, you had everyone here as well, didn't you? So that's quite cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think knowing that everyone was here the night before really helped to settle our nerves as well.
Nice.
Knowing that the wedding had sort of started before it had, and it just, you relax into it a bit more as well.
Amazing. That's quite cool. And then on the day itself, what sort of package did you go for? You're obviously exclusive use, so and you had all the rooms and everything else. And then sort of what sort of food and drink did you end up picking and going for? Can you remember?
Oh yes, so the food is a prominent memory. It was so good. So we have the smoked salmon starter, which everyone loved.
Yes.
We then have the chicken for main, which came with the terrine as well.
It did,
Coronation chicken terrine.
Nice.
And the crispiest potato, I think that.
Yes, that was brilliant.
Which many people have commented on since about how excellent that potato was. And then we have a lemon tart, didn't we?
That's quite nice for your time of year as well. Obviously, it's summertime, and the weather was good all day, wasn't it? I don't remember. Was there any snippets?
No, we were so lucky. It was the week in August where it had rained pretty much every day, and I think our wedding day was the only day it didn't rain, which was perfect because I think we were so bothered about the ceremony being outside, albeit the conservatory is amazing, but I think we had it so fixed in our head we wanted to be outside.
Nice.
And getting to do our beach trip as well.
That's what I was going to say, because you had the big red bus and you went down to Old Handstand.
Yes.
I'm really glad we found there actually as an alternative to here. That actually worked out really well, didn't it? Walking sort of through the dunes to get to the beach was really beautiful, and actually I think they made for some of my favourite photos.
I remember seeing your pictures, and I also remember sort of speaking to your family when they came back and they were like, oh, it was really lovely, really enjoyed it being down there and everything else. So
it was really nice, and actually it broke up the day really nicely, and we had some guests who needed a bit of a break, didn't they, between the ceremony and then the next part, so actually them getting a chance to stay here and relax for a moment, it was perfect. It just felt like you and your family home and just taking a trip down to the beach, but obviously a bit more dressed up.
Just
why not?
Yeah.
And in terms of sort of planning the day, how did you find that?
I think it all felt really seamless, really.
Yeah.
I think the benefit was that from the moment that we booked, we just had you as our point of contact, which is just having one person to deal with it so much easier. And when we came to the wedding showcase, we met Kerry, who was our prop supplier. So it was really nice to have met her. So because she knew the venue as well, it just made it so much easier.
That's nice. And then is there any particular bits that you remember from the day that really stand out for you both?
It's really cliche, absolutely everything, but I think for me my favourite moment was we had a first look in the herb garden first.
I was going to say about that.
I remember everyone was like, oh, you nervous for the ceremony? I thought, no, I'm just really excited. And I think having that bit of time where we saw each other and we saw our friends and our mums, it just really helped to settle, and that just it really set the tone for having a relaxed day, and I think it meant that by the time we got to the ceremony, we were quite relaxed.
Yeah.
So then everybody else could just relax into the ceremony and not feel sort of nervous about it as much, which I know our bridesmaids were more nervous than us for walking down the
I
aisle.
was speaking to them when you were in the herb garden, they were like, oh.
Yeah, so actually I think it really helped to sort of settle and set a tone into it. I think that was my favourite moment.
I think for me, probably when the ceremony started and everyone was sitting there, it was outside, we were in front of the trees, and it was just, you got that moment of, wow, we've pulled it off.
You both looked so kind of happy and confident when you did walk sort of down together, like, and everything else. And I think that had a big impact because of being in the herb garden beforehand and seeing each other. There was, as you say, there was no nerves by that point or anything like that, so that was quite nice. And I thought that was a good thing to do. And then any particular top 3 words or anything like that you can think of for the day?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think in terms of the area, the aesthetic, I think is just one of the huge selling points for here, because you really do have everything with the garden, the manor, the unique bedrooms, and then obviously the beach. So I think aesthetic would be one.
Yes, you're looking at me like, I don't think of another one. I think everything was just, it sounds a bit cliche almost, but high quality. Everything was
nice.
Everything was really, actually, I'm going to change that, seamless, maybe be a better word, because actually I know our celebrant was quite hesitant over making sure that everything was planned, but actually you took control from behind the scenes so well that there wasn't a moment that I thought, oh gosh, things aren't going to plan. And even when I thought that something wasn't working, you're like, it's fine, it's just, you need to give it, it was the playlist, wasn't it? It was a quiet intro, can you remember? I was nervous, you're like, it's fine, just leave it. And we'd already sorted it, exactly. And it just, we're both control freaks, aren't we, in our jobs and our life. So actually having a day where we didn't need to because you had it in control was brilliant.
Nice.
And I think relaxed as well. Because actually you never really think that for the brides it's going to be a relaxing day, but I think it really was.
Yes.
And I think the layout as well of the manor really helps with that, in the sense that people who wanted to be on the dance floor could be, people who wanted to be sitting in the lounge could, but you still felt like everyone was together and involved. I think sometimes you go to weddings and if you're not in the centre of it you feel like you're missing out, but I think all our guests said what a relaxing day it was, because they could kind of do what they wanted within the space.
That's quite nice. Yes. I think it just means that everyone can enjoy it as well then. Which
Absolutely,
is
and all the staff here work so incredibly hard to help create that relaxed environment. And it doesn't go unnoticed, and actually that was one thing that a lot of our guests mentioned was just how relaxing it was knowing that they were being completely taken care of.
Good. And it's been quite nice for you to come back today and obviously have a chat with a couple of staff as well,
it's really cool. Nice. It just feels like a home from home, doesn't it?
Although
our home is this nice, but you don't feel, you feel completely at ease, don't you, straight away here.
Nice. And any tips for anyone for the future?
Trust your wedding planner, especially when there's someone who's very knowledgeable. Feel free to ask lots of questions, even if you're not sure whether you can. So we put up some extra pictures, didn't we, in the bar, and I thought, oh gosh, is that a bit sort of pushing it a bit? And you're like, no, it's fine, go for it. And you don't know unless you ask. Try to get as much planning ahead of time, because actually in the last 6 weeks you think, oh, we've got everything covered. And there's
really
all
fast.
The small details,
yes.
And I think not be afraid to put in your own personality. It's not just about how things look, because a place like here it'll look beautiful, but actually knowing that we put in some small extra details that will just us.
Make it your own.
I think that's really important, and that's something that guests remember more than just things looking like how you think a wedding should look.
That's a really good tip, I think, and I think that it's something that we definitely try and obviously promote here, that we are really flexible and, you know, making sure it's about what you want for your day. And I'd like to think that we did that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when we've seen some of the pictures on social media of other weddings that have happened here, I think what's really nice is that every single one looks so different.
Everyone's got their own little...
Yeah, everyone's using the same space, but there's so much you can do with the space that it really does feel like it is your day, and it's not just the same package that's rolled out for everyone.
Nice. Well, that's really good. Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's
problem.
been a pleasure to kind of see you both again. And I hope you kind of enjoyed talking about your day again, and makes everybody happy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
lovely being back here as well. It brings it all back to life again, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I think it's good that because we've got the rooms as well, that, you know, obviously first anniversaries, things like that, you can always obviously come and stay whenever you want to.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you so much, and we'll hopefully see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.